I'm Herb Strather, and as you know, the coronavirus is real, but our economy is going to come back. The good news, however, it has created the lowest interest rates in history. And here at Strather Academy, we have developed a super online course for you to take it without ever leaving your house. Just go to stratheracademy.com and register, and the first 50 people will get a free copy of my new book, Which Way is the Joy?
This program has been paid for by Strather Academy, creating developers within our communities.
Hi everyone, this is Herb Strather, and I would like to thank you first of all for these last 50 episodes that we've had with Wealth and Development, for sharing all of our experiences and guests. And as you see, I don't have a guest today. As a result of this environment we're in, I'm by myself. This shall be, should I say, our last show, but it's going to be the best show that we've ever had, because I'm going to show you how you can reinvent yourself online at home, how you can accumulate wealth while you're sitting there. Now, don't get all distressed about the calamity that we're in. Sometimes these are the very best things that could have ever happened to us. It causes us to reset ourselves and to focus on our future, things that we've been wanting to do but didn't have the time to do, or we talked about it but not really got around to it. But right now we're focused. We have nothing to do but to focus on ourselves. So I'm going to bring it to you. I'm going to show you how you can leverage real estate without putting up cash. And while we're at it, we're going to create a future for ourselves, our family, and our community. So I ask that you would call your friends up, get a great cup of coffee, and I'll be back with you in a minute to share the good life. I'm Herb Strather, and as you know, the coronavirus is real, but our economy is going to come back. The good news, however, it has created the lowest interest rates in history. And here at Strather Academy, we have developed a super online course for you to take it without ever leaving your house. Just go to stratheracademy.com and register, and the first 50 people will get a free copy of my new book, Which Way is the Joy? We're back, Wealth and Development with Herb Strather. You know, I was talking about reinventing ourselves, and I was also talking to myself, because I've got to reinvent myself. I have to reinvent Strather Academy and a different way of delivering our classes and our message and our tools to our community. And I got to admit something. I'm not the greatest on social media, so I need your prayers on this here. But I do have a good team of interns and all that can help. So I'm going to need your information so that we can reach out to you. I'm going to need your full name and your I said social security number. I didn't mean that. I'm going to need your full name. I'm going to need your email address and your phone number. And I would like for you to send that to me as soon as you possibly can. 313-444-9691. Now, I want to just talk to you a little bit before I get into this case study, showing you a live example, a real case study, how wealth was created with no money. I want to talk to you about our community. You know, we have here, the southeastern Michigan area is dead last in our aging out program, helping our young people that are aging out of the foster care. We are dead last in our STEAM, or STEM. STEAM is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And the state is even giving money back. So as a community, we have not really responded properly to the needs of our young people in our community, much less our family. Just think about this here. There is more than $1 billion worth of equity right here in our community. You do the math. There's at least 50,000 parcels still that's not developed. There's $30,000 worth of equity at least in every one of them. That's $1.5 billion. And people are coming here in our community and buying our real estate and renting it to us and going and telling people about it. Our parents created the greatest African American generation ever in the United States. And we have almost just squandered it. That we have these type of assets next to us that we have not picked up and developed. Well, now we can do that because we're home alone, and I'm going to show you how to do that, how we can extract this equity for ourselves. Now, here's our approach. Our approach is a block by block approach. Rather than developing 50 houses all over the city of Detroit, we have chosen to do it block by block. So we are starting with area code 48206, and we have started with the street a few blocks from Boston. And we've acquired this beautiful home right here, as you see. It's a beautiful home. It's 6,000 square feet. It's 10 bedrooms with 8 bathrooms, and it's 3 separate floors that could essentially be a 3-flat. We could use this property to house our aging out program. We could use this property for the young people who are getting out of prison that needs a second chance. We could use this property for our veterans that have sacrificed their lives that we might live free. It could even be used for the homeless who have had a tough shot in life and is certainly disenfranchised. But we can marry these ideas together to redevelop our community and at the same time help those in our community that have the greatest need. And we can do it collectively. And I'm going to ask you to join us. Some of you have excuses, gee, Herbert, I don't want to get involved in trying to collect rent in a time like this. That's okay. Let's look at the long term, because this is going to work out and we're going to stabilize. We're in challenging times now, but don't worry. Things are going to work out at the end of the day, and you will need this amount of time to learn the skills, to acquire the real estate, to refinance the real estate. Now, when I come back, I am going to show you how you can buy an income-producing property without having to put up a single dime. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. I'm Herb Strather, and as you know, the coronavirus is real, but our economy is going to come back. The good news, however, it has created the lowest interest rates in history. And here at Strather Academy, we have developed a super online course for you to take it without ever leaving your house. Just go to stratheracademy.com and register, and the first 50 people will get a free copy of my new book, Which Way is Detroit? We're back. This is Wealth and Development with Herb Strather, and I'm in the process of showing you how you can make money buying real estate, and I can show you how to do it online, how you can retool yourself while you're home alone or with your family and you have some extra time. I'm going to talk about a case study, a real life case study of a couple of students, 3 students as a matter of fact. You know, at Strather Academy, in order to graduate, you have to either find, fund, finance, fix, or flip a deal. Either find, fund, finance, fix, or flip a deal, which leads to an acquisition without cash. We believe in acquiring property ultimately without cash because it helps everybody. It helps our city. If you're going to buy a property and you're going to pay $40,000 and put $20,000 into the property after you buy it, the real price is $60,000. And if you count your closing costs and all, it may be $65,000 or $70,000. Why not make that price $65,000 or $70,000 and get some credits back? It's to everybody's benefit. It's certainly, I can tell you that your neighbor is happy about it because your neighbor may owe $80,000 or $90,000 and you didn't come in and depreciate their asset. So our formula makes sense. But today we're going to talk about an apartment building, and I like to show you the building. It's a gorgeous building, as you see. Now, it started off with a couple of our students, Gary and Hassan. They went out blitzing and they found the building. And they went up on the door, they knocked on the door. The manager allowed them to come in and see her unit because the building was full. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful property. But the rents were like just a fraction of what they should be. They were running closer to $500 with 850 square feet per unit. They loved the number. They loved the building. They got a hold of the owner after running what we call a pro forma. Now, a pro forma is a projection of the income and expense that's on a property. And I have our own proprietary pro forma, and we can plug in numbers to show how you can arrive at it without putting up any cash. They plugged in the numbers. They loved what they saw. They called the seller up, and they offered the seller $260,000. The seller said, okay. And then they asked the seller this magic question. Do you care how we do this deal as long as we got you your $260,000? The seller said, I don't care as long as it's legal, and as long as I don't have to pay any taxes. Boy, were they happy. Now, the only issue, they were not working with a lot of cash themselves, and they had some more development that they wanted to do as far as their balance sheet, credit, and all of that kind of stuff. But there was another student in the class who had a beautiful young daughter, 12 years old, and she wanted to create equity for her daughter so she could pay for her daughter's education now. So this student bought a single house that was worth $80,000. She bought it for $19,000. The house was worth between $80,000 and $90,000. You know, there's a little buoyancy there. So she had a house that she had about $70,000 worth of equity in. So the idea was that we ran the numbers, figured out the building with the proper rents were worth $340,000. She could use the house, put it down, and put a mortgage on the building and buy the house without putting up any cash. And guess what the commission was? The commission ended up being the house that she had, and myself, Gary, and Hassan split the house up. Do you like that? That's a simple way to do a transaction. And we could show you how to do the exact same thing. But don't try this home alone, because you're not going to have the right documents, and you got to do it in the right order. And we'll show you how to do it. And in just a minute, we'll be back, and we'll show you how you can get started home, learning these skills so that you can create wealth for your family, your future, and your finances. We'll be back with you in a minute. I'm Herb Strather, and as you know, the coronavirus is real, but our economy is going to come back. The good news, however, it has created the lowest interest rates in history. And here at Strather Academy, we have developed a super online course for you to take it without ever leaving your house. Just go to stratheracademy.com and register, and the first 50 people will get a free copy of my new book, Which Way is Detroit? Okay, we're back. Wealth and Development with Herb Strather. You know, I was just looking up information on a property right now and making an offer. You know, what is so great, all of these things that I'm telling you are online. You know, you could take and learn the skills that you need right while you are at home. You could do your research. You could even look at the property. Google Map will take you right there. You could do all of these things online, and of course, at the end of the day, you're going to get inside and look at the property, but you could put offers in a half a dozen properties before you have to really go through and fully inspect, because you're going to allow provisions for all of these things. By the way, did you like that last presentation? One thing that I didn't tell you about it, which was really cool, is that at the end of the day, she took out $7,625 in cash. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's how much cash she took out from the closing table. So she had some extra money to do some improvements and kind of freshen the building up a little bit. That's a wonderful thing. But you could do the exact same thing. Now, there are some other tools that you can use, and you can all find it online. Let me tell you some of the tools you have. One is Detroit Home Mortgage. Just type it up and look and see. Detroit Home Mortgage is a special program for Detroit only, and its target is properties that are psychologically depressed. properties that have been selling for much less than their market value because the banks and HUD have sold so many properties, they've depressed the market. So the appraisers come back with these crazy appraisals. So Detroit Home Mortgage sponsors put up $40 million and they will finance 150% of the appraised value of the house up to $75,000 over and above the market value. Now this is targeted for homes that are psychologically depressed, and there are plenty of them in Northwest Detroit. You could take and buy these homes, and you could take and buy the home of your dream, and if you've been living in a house that you need to sell, you can sell through Detroit Home Mortgage. We invite you to contact our office and we can help you do that. Remember, our phone number is 313-444-9691. We are here for you. Now, if you like that program, how about NACA, Neighborhood Acceptance Corporation of America? They will finance 100% of the sales price, no closing costs, and of course, no down payment, and no credit score. Now, they want you to have a credit history. They want to know that you paid your rent in the last 6 months and that you can make the payment, but you don't have to have a credit score. One of the more recent deals they did were for $200,000 and the person had a 525 credit score. You may have a low credit score because you don't have any credit or that you have some hospital bills. Throw that out the window. You could use NACA and get in. And if you think that's something, how about PACE? Property Assessed Clean Energy. PACE will finance anything concerning the piece of real estate that have to do with saving energy, like roof, windows, HVAC, even plumbing and electrical. They'll even put a new elevator in because you can take and have energy saving elevators. These assets you can use especially for churches even and institutions. How about all of the vacant buildings up and down the streets, Gratiot and Michigan Avenue and Grand River, that's been sitting for years? What owner would not appreciate you coming in there, giving them an offer, structuring a transaction where you do all the improvements and they give you a note back for the difference? PACE will finance these improvements up to 25% of the after repair value of the house and put it all on the tax bill. And then you could pay it out over the life of the loan. You think that's great? Boy, we really got some other great projects. Somebody just emailed me back accepting my transaction. This is fun. We're going to take one final break, and I want you to hang on, and I want to give you an invitation to the good life to get involved. Hold on. I'm Herb Strather, and as you know, the coronavirus is real, but our economy is going to come back. The good news, however, it has created the lowest interest rates in history. And here at Strather Academy, we have developed a super online course for you to take it without ever leaving your house. Just go to stratheracademy.com and register, and the first 50 people will get a free copy of my new book, Which Way is Detroit?
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go?
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family.
Yeah!
Oh, I thought you were on my team.
We're back. Wealth and Development with Herb Strather, and I am so happy. I've just finished making a deal. Just bought a building on Joy Road, a multiple unit. I won't tell you the address, but I'm sure the principal is going to be watching this here, and we're going to get this deal closed right away. Strather Online is what I want to talk to you about right now. You know, we do not have the ability now to congregate with the social distancing. We normally have about 40 people in our class, and as I told you, each one have to do a deal to graduate. Now we are reinventing ourselves. We can teach this on Zoom. And we're going to teach Zoom classes. And there's a couple of great things about Zoom. We can teach more than 40 people. We can teach people all over the United States, as a matter of fact. And if you miss our class, you can see it at any time. You can get up at 2 o'clock and watch it. We're going to teach the class on Saturdays from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And on Mondays from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Isn't that great? You can take our Zoom class and you can find out how to do real estate transactions like I've described to you. While you're home now, you can retool yourself. And let me tell you something. All of you have been hearing these commercials. People come in our community and they invite you to these free real estate seminars, and they end up charging you $30,000, $40,000, and $50,000 for their training. That is outrageous. And many of you have joined our class and you have not been susceptible to such costs. The good news is that what we're going to offer you is very, very affordable. And you can make that full determination for yourself. What we would like to invite you to first is a free webinar, And we want you to just call us or text us. You can text or call 313-444-9691. 313-444-9691, or go to the website below, Strather Academy, and leave us your information, and we will reach out to you and give you a free webinar how you can get started at prices that our community can't afford. This is really an exciting time right now, and I hope you are excited because I am. At the end of the day, you can say, thank God, had I not gotten laid off, had it not been for this coronavirus, I would have never carved the time out to reinvent myself, to retool myself. Many of you home now, you've been wanting a new shot in life. You've been wanting a new career. Now you got it, and you got the time, and you can do it online, and it can be affordable, and we could coach you and do everything without you ever having to endanger yourself or leave your home. And when this coronavirus is over, there will be a new you ready to capture. As a matter of fact, you can buy the property right now. We'll show you how to do the research, all of the websites that you possibly need, and all of our tools are available, and we can send it to you right away. And to get you started, I am going to give you a free copy of my book, Which Way is Detroit? The only thing that you have to do is to send us your email address, your phone number, and your name. And you can do that, once again, 313-444-9691, or you can send it to stratheracademy.com and register with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and let the future begin.
This program has been paid for by Strather Academy, creating developers within our communities.
I'm Herb Strather, and as you know, the coronavirus is real, but our economy is going to come back. The good news, however, it has created the lowest interest rates in history. And here at Strather Academy, we have developed a super online course for you to take it without ever leaving your house. Just go to stratheracademy.com and register, and the first 50 people will get a free copy of my new book, Which Way is Detroit?